Ever since my sister taught me how to intertwine colored pieces of thread, I've loved making friendship bracelets. I've even made a business out of it once. Now, friendship bracelets might not seem like a crucial skill to have in life, but they're fun and functional. So I've spent many years making these bracelets, and I've narrowed them down to a few today. We've all been through those times in summer where we found ourselves being bored, other people are busy, and we are sitting at home doing nothing. If you had a few pieces of string, you can easily overcome this summertime sadness, and you'd have a fun accessory to go with that. So today I will be showing you the materials necessary, a few procedures on how to make basic bracelets, and then finally some completed bracelets. So let's get started with what you would need. The most important is the embroidery floss or string, thread, whatever you like to call it. You can find this at Walmart. It's a little under $5. They come in different quantities, different colors, stuff like that. The next, I'm sure all of you have, is scissors. It's needed to cut the desired length of your thread and any excess off. And lastly, you need tape to secure it to the surface like I have here, unless you would want to tie it around something like a water bottle, anything that's stationary. You want to put it down so you can work with it. So next, we can get started with the actual making of the bracelets. We will be using the 4-knot, which is a pretty simple knot. It's used in a lot of different bracelets, and once it's repeated in a certain number of ways, different patterns, it will make the actual pattern. So we will start with a very basic bracelet. I have red, white, and blue here, because who doesn't love America? And you can do as many colors as you want, just depending on the amount you want. And you will take your first string, I'm going to start with red, and you will make a 4 over all of the other pieces of string, whether that's 2 like I have or 3, however many you want. You make a 4, which is how you get the 4-knot. Then, you'll pull it through to get the actual knot. So you can do this however many times you want. Make the 4 again, pull it through, and that's what makes the actual knot. Now you can do this however many times you want, depending on how long you want the stripes to be. If you want them bigger sections, you do a number like 20 for each color. And if you want them more repeated times, you do a number like 5, 6, something like that. So once I finish with the red, I would start with my next color, like white, and I'd do the same process with the same amount of times that I did with the red to make the same amount of sections. So this is what this bracelet would look like. I'm going to pass this around so you can see. Okay, and we will start with another one. This looks a little more complex, but it once again uses the 4-knot in a repeated amount of times. So for this one, we will start with the leftmost string, and instead of making a 4 over all of the strings, you just do it to the one to the right of the string. So let's get this separated. Okay. So with the leftmost string, we will make a 4, which is the 4-knot, over just one string to the right. And for this one, you do it twice. It makes the actual knot a little thicker. So now it's in the middle after you just completed the first one, and we will start the 4-knot to the one to the right of this one. And we will do 2 again. So now that this blue is on the right, that means it's completed. And once again, you can choose as many colors as you'd like, that just depending on how many different other colored strings you will make the knot around. So now that this blue is done, you can start on your next color, once again making the 4 over the one to the left, to the right, and you do 2 again. It's now in the middle, and then you do it to the right of it. 2, 1, 2. So now this yellow one is done. So that's how you get the different colors of string. The next one would be pink. Once that gets to the right, you'd start over with blue. So in the end, this is what it would look like. And once again, I'm going to pass it around. Okay, so now I've shown you some simple patterns using the 4-knot. I'll show you some more completed bracelets that some use the 4-knot and others don't. So this first one is a chevron, and it's basically the same as this one, except for instead of going from left to right like we did with these, you work from the outside in. So when you set it up, you're going to have colors that are the same on the outside going in. So you'd have 2 yellow, then blue, and then pink. So you work from the outside in to get the chevron pattern here. And we'll pass this around. Okay, this next one also uses the 4-knot, and instead of working from outside to in with the same color like the chevron one I just passed around, you work from the outside in with different colors. So if we had this pink, we'd work from the outside to the middle, and then with another color, the yellow, we'd work from the outside to the middle to get a braid pattern, which is what's shown here. And it looks a little more complicated, but it's using the 4-knot once again, just repeated times. That's how most bracelets are made. And lastly, this one's special to me because my sister taught me how to make it. And instead of using the 4-knot, you make loops. So instead of one long strand, you would double it up to get a loop. That makes sense? So then you loop them around your fingers and kind of weave pattern, and then you pull it tight to get the actual like braid part of it. And so that's where you can see the braid, the loops at the end. I'm gonna pass this over now. And also that one kind of shows it's red, white, and black because, you know, bullpup pride. And it also shows that guys can wear it. I mean, these colors are kind of girly. This one might not be. But guys, I've seen guys wear them all the time. It just kind of depends on what colors you make it to what you can make it unique to you and your liking, stuff like that. So today I've shown you the materials necessary to make a bracelet, some simple patterns using the 4-knot to get you started with making the actual bracelets, and then finally some completed bracelets. Hopefully by taking these tips and procedures, you can pass them on to others as well as make them for yourself and have some fun with it. In addition, by doing this, you can cure your summertime sadness, your boredom in the summer, and have a great accessory to go during the summer and any time of the year. Thank you.